American pilots fought an intense air battle near the Korean-Manchurian border. It was an area known as MiG Alley. On November 8, 1950, a patrol of U.S. Air Force F-80 Shooting Stars came under attack from enemy MiGs. As one MiG went into a shallow dive, Air Force fighter pilot Lieutenant Russell Brown gave chase. Though the MiG was faster, Brown closed in on his target. Firing a 5-second burst, Brown scored a kill, shooting down the first MiG of the Korean War while engaging the first ever jet-to-jet dogfight. But to U.S. Air Force pilots, the F-80 was still no match for the MiG. Days later, a faster American jet fighter entered the war, the Air Force's F-86 Sabre. On December 17th, U.S. Air Force Lieutenant Colonel Bruce Hinton would score the first MiG kill by a Sabre fighter pilot. By war's end, 827 MiGs would go down in Korea. MiG Alley might be named after these Russian jets, but it was an area dominated by American pilots, making it an important part of our American military history.
We're all different, but when it comes to our sons, our daughters, our grandchildren,
we're really all the same. We love them and wish so much for them.
Happiness, success, a loving family, and a safe world to live in.
Does that change if they're gay? No.
It may take courage. It will take understanding.
But all of our children, straight or gay, need our acceptance, our support, and our unconditional love. Choose to understand.
The key to success.
God's initiatives in Europe is to reduce the teacher-student ratio in elementary schools. The plan is to have one teacher to every 18 students in grades 1, 2, and 3. Reducing the ratio will enable teachers to give your child more individual attention.
God's laying the foundation for our future.
Stars and Stripes and credit unions are offering DoD personnel a complimentary 2001 photo calendar. The calendars can be picked up beginning December 1st at the following credit union locations, or you can email a request.
U.S. soldiers deployed to the Balkans need to remember a few PT safety tips. 1, always use road guard. 2, wear reflective vests. 3, always make vehicles slow down. And remember, safety is job number 1.
Commanders are accountable, but everybody has responsibility for it. And it's in everybody's best interest, both here in garrison and when we're in the field and when we're on CONOPS, for people to be highly alert and make sure that we avoid accidents, and then more cutting edge of force protection, which is when you're in a deployment situation, to be very, very alert and attentive.
Force protection, it's everyone's responsibility.
It's so amazing. It's so top secret, we can't show you a single second, unless you were there. Celebrate with us Thursday, December 14th for AFN's oldest affiliate's birthday. AFN Frankfurt takes you to Campo Pond in Hanau, Germany, for our 5-day on-air live broadcast, including the MWR Survivor Game, where 2 teams compete against each other for the chance to win a brand new car. Catch AFN Frankfurt's 55th birthday party on AFN Europe, December 14th after Will and Grace.
In the Gallery of Heroes, Marine Corporal Charles W. Lindbergh has earned a place of honor. It was D-Day +1 on Iwo Jima. Corporal Lindbergh and his assault team were pinned down on the beach under hostile fire. Carrying badly needed munitions, Lindbergh knew he had to get to the front to support those trying to take the Suribachi volcano. Braving a deadly barrage of mortar shells, grenades, and small arms fire, Lindbergh moved to a forward position and destroyed an enemy bunker. Bravery like Lindbergh's helped take the Suribachi volcano and led to the eventual conquest of Iwo Jima, where he took part in raising the flag atop Mount Suribachi. For his heroism, Lindbergh earned the Silver Star. Marine Corporal Charles Lindbergh, a credit to his service and to all who have fought so bravely.
It's showtime! Fatter. He's getting fatter. Eddie Murphy in his biggest role ever. I'm fatter. Flattered. Jada Pinkett Smith and Eddie Murphy. The Nutty Professor.
She submarined us, Your Honor.
DRMS International provides disposal support for U.S. forces conducting contingency operations worldwide. Our Joint Reserve Disposal Team helps support the forward U.S. Forces presence in theater-level operations. Lots of excess property we receive can be reused, even including some hazardous materials.
Every sunburn during childhood significantly increases your risk of skin cancer. Protect your children. Protect yourself.
AFN Primetime Monday. At 7, it's 60 Minutes. Then Touched by an Angel. And at 9, it's The West Wing. Followed by your late news. AFN Primetime Monday.
I made the notation in a chart.
On News Plus, learn more about opportunities available through military service by logging on to the Defense Department's official website, Defense Link. Once there, click on Today's Military.
After early colonial victories in the South, 7,000 British troops under the command of Lord Cornwallis took up positions in Yorktown to await the British fleet. Washington, whose force was joined by 5,000 French troops under the leadership of Count Rochambeau, moved on Cornwallis. Meanwhile, the French fleet moved into position off the coast to prevent Cornwallis's retreat by sea, as Washington laid siege. Without supplies and no hope of escape, Cornwallis surrendered his entire army on October 19, 1781, setting the stage for the end of the war.
Protecting the president overseas can be a heart-stopping challenge.
A 1-point lead in the third quarter. Shaq inside wheels around Antonio McDice.
Gas prices are up an average of 12 cents a gallon in the past 2 weeks alone.
This city has the largest urban colony of bats in North America nesting under its Congress Avenue Bridge. Located at Camp Mabry in this city is the headquarters for the Texas National Guard and the Texas Military Forces Museum. This one-of-a-kind museum features historical exhibits ranging from the Texas Revolution to present day. Another prominent museum located here is the Lyndon B. Johnson Library and Museum, which houses official documents and memorabilia of the 36th president. This city is also home to the Lady Bird Johnson National Wildflower Center, which has one of the largest rooftop rainwater collection systems in the country. Its collection of indigenous plants makes it a beautiful stop for both tourists and natives. This city is also the capital of Texas. What city is it? It's Austin, Texas.
As a producer of this television series, I sell my shows to the networks at the commercial rate, which is millions of dollars per episode. But I'm proud to make my shows available to AFRTS at a small fraction of that cost. I do it for you, serving overseas. And quite frankly, because AFRTS doesn't air commercials, which means they're not making any money off of my shows. So the distributors and I are happy to cooperate. Same for the talent, labor unions, and craft guilds. We've all agreed to support AFRTS because it's non-commercial, which is fortunate, because a commercial rate for just 1 or 2 episodes of a hit show could eat up the AFRTS programming budget for an entire year. So even overseas, you still get all the top-rated programs, you just don't get the regular commercials. Not a bad deal, really. Consider it our industry's way of saying thanks for all you do.
From World War II fighter planes to the awesome F-14 Tomcat, the story of Navy, Marine Corps, and Coast Guard aviation unfolds at the National Museum of Naval Aviation in Pensacola, Florida. One of the largest of its kind, the museum features over 100 historic aircraft and dozens of fascinating exhibits. Step aboard a full-size replica of a carrier's flight deck. Marvel at the Curtiss NC-4 flying boat or the original Skylab command module. The museum also reveals the human side of the story, with displays and memorabilia from everyday living conditions to personal accounts of historic battles. Visitors can explore cockpit trainers and a gun battery, view spellbinding films, or take an exciting flight simulator ride. It's a place where the history of naval flight sends the imagination soaring. The National Museum of Naval Aviation, preserving our proud military heritage.
Here's what's coming up later on News Sports.